Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today, I have another breakup story to share with you. And if you have a breakup story you'd like to share, please visit writemac.com, send it in, and I will possibly do a YouTube video just like this. And if you like this video, throw me a like. If you have a comment to help this individual out, please put it in the comments below. Let's get into it. Hi, Mac. First of all, awesome surname. Well, thank you. I like my surname too. There's a lot of McCarthys in the world, isn't there? This individual also has an Irish name herself. We are from the county of Cork, I believe, or my grandfather was. I'm not 100% Irish, obviously, for being from America. Everyone's grandparents are from somewhere else. My mother's half French, half Spanish, so I'm a quarter French, a quarter Spanish, a quarter Irish, and I think a quarter Scottish. But I'm American, right? Born and raised. And thanks for your videos. Okay, thank you for saying thank you. The ones I've watched makes me stronger than I have been before. I'm not there yet, though. I don't know what you mean by not there yet. Not fully healed. I mean, when you get in a breakup, you're not going to be fully healed maybe ever, or you're going to have a scar. So the fact that you're making progress and these videos are helping you, that's a positive. Okay, me and my ex split up a year ago, and it's been nothing but an emotional roller coaster. To cut this short, basically we have both made mistakes in the past, but always worked it out because we always said we wouldn't let stupid mistakes come between us. Well, mistakes that you fix and you realize are mistakes and you learn from are just fine. Mistakes that are repeated, that's when it's stupid. Those are stupid mistakes because you go, oh, you did that again, now it's a pattern, now you're just telling me who you are. We were together for 12 years and have 2 boys. Wow. Well, bottom line, in 2019, 12 years, that is an achievement, my friend. And I'm sure you're very proud of your 2 boys. So you have something there from the relationship that will never be taken away from you. Last year, my ex decided to leave. He said I was acting distant, and he wanted to leave. I was devastated. Strong word. I was like some mad woman begging him to come home, crying, because it came out of nowhere, it sounds like. Crying, text, and even turned up on his door as he moved back with his parents. He didn't want to. All I got was, leave me alone, I don't love you like I used to. Those are harsh and tough words, but it might be the way he's feeling in the moment right now. You need to give him some space and accept what he's saying, as hard as it is. I'm not saying it's easy, but the idea of crying and pleading and begging and doing those things is highly unattractive, and it just doesn't work. When you're feeling those high emotions, you need to seek out some friends or family members, a therapist or a counselor, and have someone to talk to. But if you're going to throw that on their plate, you don't want them getting back together with you out of pity. So you need to regroup and get strong for yourself again. So I struggled to do anything each day. I went to the doctors for antidepressants, and I became a recluse. I'm not a big proponent of doing something like that, getting antidepressants. I realize that that's very common in the world now, and there's a place for that. I would highly suggest some kind of therapy, talking to someone regularly, getting out your problems, but just going to an antidepressant. And the fact that you became a recluse, that's something you can work on. If you weren't a recluse before, that doesn't mean you are a recluse now. That means that you are using that as a tactic to not face the world because you're upset with yourself, you're upset with things. But you can come out of that. And you can come out of using antidepressants also. I mention it all the time and people don't want to listen, but exercise is the greatest remedy you can have to depression. And it's not going to cure you being sad, but it definitely fucking helps a lot daily. And I'm not talking about any specific exercise, just exercise, movement, get outside. Being inside and roosting and ruminating will just make you feel worse and worse. Humans didn't evolve to sit in a room. After a couple months, I left him alone and only messaged regarding the boys. One night I was awake thinking all sorts, and it just came to me that he had met someone else. Possible. You just don't leave for no good reason. Sometimes it's not one good reason. It's just a case that's built over time. It's monotony if it's been 12 years. But it's not necessarily you. That's what you have to come back to. Because I was certainly not distant like he said. Well, that's what you think. Or it could have been him making an excuse. It could be a lot of different things. But you have to frame this in a way that's positive and useful for yourself. Not unrealistic, but you're guessing when you say he met someone. I had this overwhelming feeling, so I messaged and I thought I would be sneaky and just say, hey, I won't say names, just to let you know I know about her. Thanks for letting me find out from other people. And I read, okay, so you tried to trick him. I don't know if this is going to serve you. If you knew you met someone else or didn't meet someone else. Bottom line, you did it, but you're using disingenuous tactics, and you're going to push him away from you farther and farther. And what I read next made me go back to square one. He said, oh, it's nothing serious. We've just been chatting. So this might be true. He might be chatting with someone else. He might have started chatting with someone after you broke up. Bottom line is, what do you want to get from this? You want to, how should I put this? You want to find out he's cheating or he's been with someone else, or do you want to move forward with your life? Is it going to validate to you and make you feel better that you found out? I don't know. My approach when I broke up, I don't want any contact. I don't want to talk to the individual because it hurts too much, and I don't want to know if they've been fucking around. I don't know. I don't want to know those things because I'm moving forward. And I'm trying to rebuild myself as a strong, confident individual that can meet someone else and take care of myself. And I say that being compassionate that you've been together 12 years, and this is not easy, but it's the right path. I asked how long, and he's reckoned it was a couple of weeks after he left. That's quite possible he's telling you the truth. I do not believe that for a second and think he met her while he was together. You do not know anything. You're assuming. And you're creating a story that's highly dramatic that you don't know the answers to because you want it to be you want an answer, so you're creating one. Anyhow, that fucking hurt. Well, it hurt, but you sought out that kind of an answer. That's why no contact in situations like this and meeting up just to talk about the boys is important, because if he's on his own time and he broke up with you, as much as it fucking hurts, he has a right to chat with someone else. There I was begging and pleading, asking what I had done. I asked if there was someone else, and he said no way. It is possible that and if he said he's just chatting with someone else, what did he actually do? I'm not defending him, but you're creating a bad situation and making it worse. For a couple of days, I was on his case nonstop, but then I finally realized this was the end of us, and I needed to let it go. Ding, 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 correct. But after about 3 weeks of me acting normal, when he came to get kids, no tears, just put on a fake smile. Sometimes you got to fake it to make it, okay? I got a message out of the blue. Are you speaking to someone? I'm not going to say her name. I left it for a couple hours. I didn't know what to say or even if I should reply, but I did. I just said, no, I'm not. That was it. Then I get, okay, sorry I messaged you. Bastard was just checking in. Made me take a few steps back. So he's wondering if you're talking to someone. You've been together 12 years. He feels like he wants to know. Messaged him asking if he had a change of heart. Reply was, no, sorry. This is why no contact and moving on is important. Another couple of months went by and I started feeling a little better. Good for you. It takes time to heal. It's going to take a while. Every day, each day, if these videos help you, you got to get in a solution base, not a problem base. He started to come in and wait and pick the boys up. And I noticed he would just linger when normally he would just wait in the car. Another couple of weeks went by and I got a message telling me he missed me and he wanted to talk. And this happened because you moved on and you stopped pushing things, you stopped begging and pleading, and now the ball's in your court. He came around and he said he wanted me back on the condition we put the past in the past. If you break up and it's a highly intensive breakup, you need to forgive. I don't necessarily you need to forget, because you won't forget, but you do need to accept what happened. And you do need to somehow reconcile in your heart that it happened for a reason and you're able to move forward and not look back. You probably won't forget though, because if something happens, it will get bubbled up. That's just the human brain and how it works. He admitted to sleeping with this other woman 2 days after he left. All right, it fucking hurts, but he's being honest and upfront. A lot of guys wouldn't tell you that. Reckon he regretted it and left straight after. Nice. And it is. I mean, it's not nice. It sucks. But for him to come up and tell you that when he's trying to get back together, he's putting everything on the line and going, "Hey, I just want to tell you the truth. I do want to get back with you. I miss you, or care about you." And this is exactly what happened. And would you have preferred him to lie? Anyway, I agreed to put the past in the past, and we said we would take it slow and for him not to move back in the straight away. See, now the ball's in your court. Good for you. I had my cousin's hen party to go to one weekend, a meal and just a couple of drinks, nothing crazy. I had the meal and literally had one drink and then came home. He wasn't at mine. He was at his mom's with the boys. The next day, he called me to see how my night went. I told him I had a good time with my family and that I went for a drink. Well, that was it. I don't like you going out drinking. Okay, you don't get to dictate terms like that. Bottom line is, how was your relationship before? Did he have issues with you drinking and going out with friends prior, the 12 years prior to, or is this just something he spurred on you recently based on that he's insecure now that you're getting back together? And like I said, when he comes back to you, tail between his legs, it's uncomfortable because he's the one that broke up with you, and now you have the power. And I said it was over. See, you just as soon as you were able to show that power, it was like, fuck you, I'm not taking any of this shit. He went again and left me upset. It took me a couple of months again to be strong. Good for you. It takes time. Listen, if you go to the gym and you want to build up some muscle, does it happen in a day or two? Fuck no. It takes some pain. It takes some heart. It takes a couple months to build 2 pounds of muscle. He went again, left me upset. But then Xmas, he asked me if he could stay, so he was with us in the morning to see the boys open presents. Cool. Admirable. Noble. Which stupidity, I agree. It's not stupid. You have kids together. Come on. It's Christmas. It's not stupid. You had good intentions. Don't say that. We ended up in bed together and we did have sex. Okay. You had a moment together. He was acting like the old such and such. I won't say the word. He stayed over for the next couple nights, and we were happy, laughing like the old days. He spent New Year's Eve with us, but then he said he still didn't want me. Dun, dun, dun. This is the thing when you break up multiple times. So you broke up. Look, listen to this. This is highly interesting because I come across this a lot. He broke up with you. You begged for him back for a short period, right? Pat yourself on the back for that, by the way. He comes back to you, you take him back, he gets saucy with you or has a problem, you break up with him, you called that one, now he comes back to you and breaks up with you. Sometimes people that get dumped, which is a word I don't like to use because it's harsh, they just want to get back together to take back control of the ego and say like, well, I'm going to be the one to break up this time. So again, I was broken as I thought if he was here and missed me, he would have had changed of heart. The last 2 weeks, I've been better. Well, now you're experienced, aren't you? Stronger again, said I wouldn't ever let him and hurt me anymore. I've tried so hard to not message him, but get this. He picked up the boys Friday. I was dressed up as I was meeting some friends for a couple of drinks. He looked at me and gave me dirty looks. Well, he's trying to control the situation. Okay, he has no right to look at you in any way of disgust when you're going out with friends for drinks, but deep down inside, he's projecting that he still looks at that you're together and he doesn't want you hooking up with someone else. That's all he's saying. But I would just act like I didn't notice and kissed my boys and said, see you tomorrow. Next thing I get a message, so you're not out pissing it up and flirting to meeting men while I got our boys, he said. Bottom line is there a problem with your drinking that's been something in the past? Have you been hooking up with guys in the past in that 12-year relationship where you say you did make mistakes? I'm not judging you in any shape or form because that's not my place. I'm not the moral police. But he's brought it up more than once that you drinking and being out bothers him. So I'm just wondering where that's coming from. And if you feel like you're a responsible individual that has a right to have a few drinks and hang out with friends, don't react to it. That's your right. I hope you have a good night and hope it's worth it. He went on to say he knew he had done the right thing and that he is now going to move on too. Well, that's just him making himself feel better. I didn't reply. I'm sick of this now. He's trying to hurt you because he was hurt when he saw you going out and looking like you were single, which you are, and looking to have a good time. I do love him so much, and he knows that. Of course, he's the father of your children, but I can't be at his door doormat any longer. I've been here for him for a year. He knew that. And I've done that before a few years ago. We broke up. We split and I waited a year. I can't do it anymore. I hate ignoring him. It's starting to affect the kids now. They aren't stupid and are older. He then the next day texted to apologize and said he just started to think all sorts. He's still connected to you. You guys were together 12 years. He still has this thing in his head that you're his wife or his girlfriend, and it bugs him that you're going out looking good, drinking. Why is he doing this? I just said it. He doesn't want me. Well, what happens is when you're with someone that long, there's times when you miss them, and it's a safety net, and it's someone that you're comfortable with. It's someone that for 12 years was, how should I say, yours, or you had a certain expectation of them, and it clouds the mind. So he's going to come back and forth when he's lonely or he's not feeling well, but he's proven again and again that he can't commit. He would have come home if he did. I don't think he even loves me anymore. That's not true. I think he loves you. You guys both share 2 sons. You guys are sharing visiting rights, which is very responsible of both of you. And the fact that he was upset seeing you go out like that says he has feelings for you still. It doesn't serve you to go, he doesn't love me anymore. It's dramatic. You don't need to sit there and go, oh, I know he loves me, but you can feel it. I just want to know where I stand. I'm just exhausted. Well, this is a situation where both of you, once you've gotten back together, have taken the upper hand, and then when something goes wrong, you don't have a high level of patience, and you're both worried about getting hurt again because you dumped him once. It's been such a tough time with all this going on. I'm a university student training as a nurse. Well, good for fucking you. I've gotten a lot of nurses recently. That's an admirable job. It's a great job. It's good pay, and you fucking help people all the time. So stick with that. You have a purpose and you have an aim outside of this relationship, outside of your ex, that nobody can take that away from you. And once you get through school and your training and you become a nurse, you'll never be prouder, hon. So keep that as your ultimate goal, and don't let anything get in the way of that. I also work and have 2 other children I'm raising. Wow. Okay? I had to move when he left me, and I got no help from him whatsoever. Well, that just makes you stronger. Don't be bitter about that. Those kids are going to appreciate you. Is he really just a nasty, selfish prick, or am I being too harsh? Well, this is where she writes, please help me. I'm doing the best I can. Is he really just a nasty, selfish prick? Hey, a lot of people are nasty, selfish pricks. I think he has moments where he's nasty and selfish. I think he still cares about you. But if you're going to school to be a nurse and you've stepped up as a parent like this, maybe he's not the one for you long term. Maybe he did you a favor by breaking up. Maybe your relationship long term at some point was going to end once you became a nurse. Okay? What you need to do now, I think, is see each other for the boys. You've done it before. You're a strong individual, it sounds like. Allow yourself to date some other people now. Okay? I don't know about this idea that you drink too much in his eyes. I don't know if that's a problem for you, but focus on being a good parent. Focus on becoming a nurse. And if you want to go out on a couple dates, go out on a couple dates. Allow yourself that. I don't think you're doing anything wrong. And don't sit here and go, where do I stand with him? Where do you stand with yourself? Right? You're a good mother, right? I'm assuming. Right now you're sending me this story, so you're in a solution base. You don't want to deal with this problem anymore. You're looking for help. You're looking for solutions. You're not looking to hammer the same problem over again. How can you help yourself? Right? Don't stand around waiting for someone to judge you. You know better than that. So I hope that helps you. Please visit writemac.com if you've got a breakup story you'd like to share, get my take on, or if you'd like to book a live coaching session. Thank you for supporting the channel.